so it's recording. I just want to go over all the instances where we missed a pass or we did do a pass right. Basically, we just have to do 1-2s, where one guy has it, he passes it to a teammate, number 2, then the first guy runs to a new spot and the second guy gives it back to him. So our first one's right off of this kickoff. Dempsey passes it to Felix. Felix gives it to Blaze. Blaze is good. Felix has got to move a little bit. That's good. And needs to go back to Blaze there. So let's back that up. Do you see how they work it around Jose here? So it goes up to Blaze. Felix has to position himself a little bit better there. But you see how Blaze gives it up and then he starts to move? Felix has to touch that in front of Blaze. Now right now you're kind of in the way, but it looks like Kale's guarding you, and then he's going to run with you, which would open up the space for Blaze. Now Felix tries to give that to you, and that really wasn't it. Alright, we'll go to 533. Alright, let's look at this next one. Let's see. Oh, so Blaze has the ball. He touches it to Landon, and then Landon kind of fuddled with it. I mean, I don't know if he could have done that really any better. But what Blaze does here is perfect. See how he gets the ball? As soon as he gives it up, he then runs behind Khalil. Now Khalil can't track him anymore. Landon needs to one-touch this in front of Blaze. Now again, you're kind of standing in his way. Or if Landon one-touched it to you, you could touch it back to Blaze, right? So you have your back to the goal, but he has trouble control. Well, he doesn't even touch it. He kind of lets it go by him. So you want to guys start practicing doing these 1-2 touches because it makes you guys so much more dynamic. All right, so Blaze has the ball. I'll just let it play, and then I'll ask you questions. All right, what went wrong there?
Blaze had too far of a touch.
Yeah. You guys had a 3-on-2. The ball's got to move. So he does a good job. You never want to pass it until somebody comes to you. You want to try to get somebody to commit. Landon, you need to go wide to the right. You need to kind of go wider to the left. And, yeah. So he gets a little sloppy with his dribble with that big touch there, and then Ty's able to clear it. What he needed to do is slow it up, see if he can get Ty to commit. Landon's got to move a little bit to the right. There's not real... I'm recording. So we're all listening to you fill up your water bottle.
I'm thirsty.
You'll be thirsty later. That's enough to drink for now?
It's like a freaking inch. Now it's gone in like 10 seconds.
Alright, so I'm still recording. Alright, so this is from a kickoff. Alright, so I think you're going to play this back to Felix. We'll let them go, and then you tell me what went right or wrong. Alright, what went wrong?
The pass needs to be on the ground. It can't be like in the air because it's hard to control in the air.
Yeah, so you did good here. You get it to Felix quick, but he made another mistake. He needs to... No, actually, he did it. I was going to say he needs to wait till Jose gets a little bit closer. You got to wait till they commit. So right now, Jose's not on Blaze anymore. Blaze is open. Felix needs... And you're too close. I mean, this is a recurring thing. You're too close to the guy. So by you getting that close, you're not in position for that second pass. Plus, you're also pulling your defender there. So, but Felix needs to keep that on the ground, because Blaze, he touches it right to Sebastian. And that's the end of that. Alright, so this is a similar situation. What went wrong there? Well, we'll let this go a little bit more. So we had 2 different opportunities there. What went wrong in the first one, on the kickoff? Watch it again. It's alright. The wrong thing has happened.
Felix should have passed it to Blaze.
Yes. You're being covered, Blaze is not. It's like a simple concept. Hopefully the resolution of this shows the ball, otherwise it's just going to be crazy. But yeah, so the touch has got to be to Blaze. He's wide open there. And then Felix, after he does the touch, he's got to go to the middle circle, right? So you do a good job coming to it. And now we've reset. And now you're about to make the second mistake, which is what?
When I pass it to Landon, the pass is bad.
Well, no. It's a bad idea to even pass it to Landon. So you've got Khalil near him. Whereas Blaze, there's nobody on. You dish that to Blaze. Sebastian runs out to guard Blaze. You streak down the middle. Blaze can get that back to you. But you try to go to Landon, you kick it behind him. So now he's double teamed on the sideline. He should have been a little more patient with that. All right, 11:06. All right, so this is goalie build out. I'll let it go, then you tell me what mistakes you see. What'd you see?
I should have first timed it to Blaze.
Yeah, so that's one of the three. So going over, there's three mistakes here, and it starts with the goalie. She does a baseball throw to Blaze. Again, there's no need for that. It's got to be bowling. You run up and roll it to him, keep the ball on the ground. Look how much more time he has to do to control this. You see, it takes a touch, and then he's got to let it take an extra bounce. Now, Blaze, again, this is a recurring thing with Blaze. He does a great job. As soon as he passes, he runs. You know, he goes and gets open. But you took that extra touch, and that was enough time for Colton to come up and kick it away. It's got to be a one-time to Blaze there. You got to practice. He's in practice, so when it comes to the game, you can do it. I would add a second thing that you kind of made a mistake, but he did a good pass here. You don't want to be in the same vertical channel. So you see how you go left to right, you and Blaze are in the same line. You want to either be more towards the outside or more towards the middle to give him an angle. And in this situation, you need to be more towards the outside. Now, he still gets it to you, so it works out, but you got to one-time this back to him. See, Colton's selling out to guard you right now. You give that to Blaze. Colton's probably either gonna turn to go to Blaze, or he's gonna run back to stay with you, and then Blaze just goes forward. And it's just him and Landon versus Ty. All right, so you guys did a throw-in. Not a fan of this throw-in. Somebody should probably be dropped back to the left, because you guys got so many people there. Somehow you get it out of here, but just foolishly. What was the mistake?
Landon should have passed it sooner.
Yeah, as soon as since it's going, he's not comfortable. It doesn't look like trapping the ball, so he waits for a high pass to stop bouncing, and by that time, Khalil and who was the other one? Is it Ty? Have already recovered. So you do a great job flicking it onto him. He's got to one-time this, because if he just puts it in the air, you and Blaze are both doing the same run. One of you are going to get that, but he waits and waits and waits. And then by that time, Khalil's closed off his angle, and then he tries to put it in front of Khalil, and it goes right to Colton. All right, so it looks like, you're up top against Sebastian. All right, that's the end. So what's a mistake?
I should have passed it to Blaze.
Yeah. Once you get by when you're on the sides, you can't shoot. There's no shot there. It's like a 10% shot. The more you get in the middle, the percentages go up to 25, 50%. So once you get by Sebastian, like once you get by anybody, the next guy will close on you. So you get by Sebastian. Now Colton's getting ready to commit. Colton's committed. Ty's committed. Blaze positions himself perfectly at that spot, and from there he can take a shot, which is a better angle, or he could play it into Landon. But you've got to have the mindset, I get by somebody, now I've got to draw defense and give it up. So you took 2 extra touches there. All right, so I think you're getting it in midfield here. All right, what's the mistake?
Should have passed it to whatever his name is on the right, Landon.
Yeah, when should you have passed it?
Sooner.
Well, yeah. But once you notice you've got 3 on you, there's 3 on you, that means you've got a bunch of people open. Now, you don't have eyes behind your head, so I count 4 orange behind you and 2 of their team, 2 blue. So you don't have as much numbers as it would appear, but if you've got 3 on you, you should already know where Landon is. That's why you got to check your shoulder. So as soon as you get it and you see them there, you got to flick it up, and he does a pretty good job when it's placed in front of him of winning it, to stay on, to maintain the ball. So it's got to be flicked now. And then Sebastian does a good job leaking out to kind of cover that pass here once he sees that Colton's got you. So Blaze is doing a big kick here. All right. So what's the mistake?
He waited too long. He took like, too many steps, and then Colton was on him.
Yeah. So that's kind of like a thing here. But again, he might not be comfortable with you. Where's the play?
To me.
Yeah. So now Sebastian does a good job picking you up, but if he just one times this in between the two blue shirts, right? Just I can't mark it for the recording, but in between Colton and Sebastian kick it there, you would win that. There's no way. Sebastian's leaking towards Landon a little bit. Colton's leaking towards Landon a little bit. They would have to turn, and you would have all the momentum. Plus, you could take a shot from that far out. You see where Kale's playing on a goal, but he's got to get used to one-timing these passes. So we'll watch it again, and it is hard. But I mean, it's practically rolling at this point. So from when he could have gotten it, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He took like 12 steps, rather than controlling the ball, and then it's just not going to work against Colton. So we got 22-10. All right, let's see this one. So it's a build out. All right, there was a lot good there and a lot bad. What did you notice that was good?
The 1-2 Felix and Blaze.
Mm-hmm. And then was there anything bad about it?
No, I don't. Felix's pass, probably.
Got to keep it on the ground. All right, there was a big mistake that just happened there.
I charged up on Blaze.
Yeah, you got to look up and realize your teammate's getting that. By you charging up there, you take away his passing option. Now there's nobody up there. And then you guys get another chance here. But 2 mistakes there. What were they?
The pass was too long.
I don't think the
maybe
pass,
he
your
should've-
first touch was too long. Oliver held it too long.
Oh, I was sticking out a leg to reach that.
Yeah. So, this is a theme with you. You're too close to your teammates. You're just too close. You need to have better spacing, and this happened because you charged up. That would have been your spot. But as soon as Oliver's got to put a little better touch on that, and you can't do that strong of a first touch where it flies in front of you. All right. We're doing a free kick here. Already I see some mistakes. What's the mistakes? Before even we let her kick it.
We need someone short. You can't just kick it.
That's true.
Long.
But why don't we have somebody short?
Because the midfielders are...
No, Beans and Felix are hiding behind her, right? There's just no point to kicking it deep here. There's just none. And Felix needs to be up in this space in front of her. There has to be an outlet. I mean, I don't know what Beans is doing, but this is just, that's too rushed. Right off the bat, Felix has all this time. She's walking up, and he's walking. Beans doing nothing. And then he stopped. I think he thinks he's taking it. What mistake was made there?
He took a shot from the side.
Yeah,
He
it's just
should've crossed it to the
it's just
middle.
such a low percentage shot. So he does the first touch, so he's got it controlled, and even you can see, it looks like Colton is concerned about you. He's like pointing. I don't know if he's pointing for Sebastian to guard you. I mean, you want to flick that to the middle. There's such a better chance there. But Kale can effectively block most of that goal at that angle. So this is another kickoff. All right, what was the mistake? We'll watch it again. Here's the kickoff.
Felix should have made a run and Blaze should have passed it.
Well, Felix made the mistake, but it's not the run. What is Felix supposed to do with the ball right now?
Dribble.
Until?
A defender comes.
Yeah, so let's see when he decides to pass it. So he's decided right now. Is Jose on him?
No.
No. So what Jose's able to do is guard Felix and Blaze at the same time because Felix didn't engage Jose. He gave the ball up, and now Jose's guarded. Now Blaze has to rush it. You don't have, good space. You're not in Blaze's vertical lane. Again, the line going left and right, but you don't have a good angle, and Ty's cutting you off. So it all started because Felix didn't come up until Jose committed. You've got to make that defender commit. It's going to be sad if this recording you can't see. Because sometimes you do the screen grab, it doesn't have the same resolution. And this is already hard to find the ball. Should have zoomed in. Alright, what's the mistake there?
I didn't check my shoulder and know where Colton was.
Truthfully, that isn't the mistake. The mistake here is when Oliver gets it. Look how many touches he gets. 1, 2, 3. And on the third touch, he passes, right? The pass has to come right away. When you've got people on you, he's got to flick that up to you. Because if he flicks that up to you, they're going to drift Ty and Sebastian towards you, and Colton's probably going to drift towards you, and then you could play it up to Landon. But since he takes those extra touches, all that does is look how close Colton is now when he passed it. You see? And he's able to time it, as opposed to if he did that pass right now when he's supposed to. See how farther away Colton is? So by getting those extra dribbles, he allowed the defense to collapse on you guys. We actually have one coming off right this, so we'll let this go. Maybe we do. Okay, yeah. Alright, so what was the problem?
The pass is too behind.
Yeah.
Blaze.
So Blaze, and again, Blaze does really well with this. It's like receive, pass, offer. You receive the pass, in this case, he gets the ball, and then he passes it to you, and then you offer. So you have to go in a position where you can get it back. So he gets the ball, he passes to you, and he goes in the position. You've got to be quicker with that and try to get the pass right. And he probably shouldn't give up that easy. All right. Coming to the end. All right. So I think that was actually you. This is perfect here. So you get the ball, and this I like. You pass it backwards to Felix, and then you go up, and then he flicks it up to you. Well, he flicks it up to Oliver. Oliver's got to immediately dish that to you. But again, he takes these extra touches. 1, 2, and then 3, and then the same thing. Colton blows it up. Because he took those extra touches, which he didn't need to do. He flicks it onto you, that's going to draw Colton to you. With you just get more time to make a decision. By him taking those extra touches, takes away that time, and the play gets blown up. All right, so we're doing a kind of a build out. It looks like Felix is coming up. All right, what's the mistake? We'll do it again.
You should have passed it to Blaze.
Yeah, that's just easy there. He does good to come up till Jose commits. Now Blaze is like walking a little bit, but he needs to put it on the ground and then out to Blaze, because then Jose's got a lot more ground. He's got to turn, and then he's got to cover ground. Then Blaze has it, and then you are out as an option. But he tries to force the pass through a person to you, and it's just not wise. All right, now we're doing a goal kick. We don't really see what happens here. No. Okay, so there's 2 sets of bad on that one. Yeah, so we'll back it up to this. Felix is supposed to be working with Blaze here. So Blaze is super wide. Felix can't really make that pass, So when Felix gets the ball, he has to sprint towards Jose to engage Jose. Now Beans is standing in the way for who knows what reason. She needs to be back, and up to the top of the screen. But see how Blaze is calling for the ball? He can't make that pass. So Felix has to dribble, attack Jose, get Jose to commit, then dump it off to Blaze. But you see how he comes straight up rather than coming across the field? He does a good move to get by Lincoln here. He gets Khalil to commit, and then he passes, but we don't really see what happens with that pass. Now here comes the next mistake. He's got a 4-on-1, and Oliver kicks it out of bounds. So we couldn't see that. I did a poor job filming, but again, the play here is to do what? I'm asking you. What are you looking at me for? Instead of doing what Oliver did, what was the correct play?
To dribble up. Because no one was really challenging him, though.
Yeah, we kind of don't know. So that might not have been a bad idea, to be honest. You dribble up a little more, small touches. Depending on where Colton is, in the next screen, it looks like Colton's lining up with you. He needs to dump that off to Lincoln. Dump it off to Lincoln. Or the smart play, I think, Landon, is to play it back to Blaze. Because Sebastian is pursuing him, and I don't think Oliver has any idea how close Sebastian is. But if he dumped this off backwards to Blaze and let Blaze work, right, then Blaze can have more time to pick out the open guy. Just do a sideways jump off, and then Blaze hopefully would stop the ball. Sebastian's got some ground to cover, so he's got time to think. He could either drill a shot, which he's proven he can make, or he can dish it to Landon or you, assuming you're both on side. All right, let's watch this next one. Oh, this I actually liked. I'm going to let this one go, and then it's from a throw-in. Actually, I didn't like it that much. I like the idea that once it's clear it's going to Beans, watch how Felix kind of moves to a spot where he can manage, right? But what doesn't happen for Felix?
No one gets open for him.
Yeah, so you can't expect Beans to do this, but if she dumps it off to him, what does she got to do? What's her next move?
She's got to offer.
Yeah, so she's got to basically take where Jose came from, run around Jose and stand to that spot. She's not going to be able to do that. But you see how you and Blaze are like statues? You're not giving Felix a good angle. You're in the same vertical line as him, up the field. So he's got no angle there, and you don't move. And Blaze is kind of being fronted by Sebastian. He can't pass it through people. Truthfully, this was a tough position. All right, 3-10. Let's see. Okay, so it's another kickoff. All right. So what happened here? What was a mistake?
Blaze kicked it into, tried to kick it to me, but...
Well, one, you shouldn't have passed it to Blaze. Because when you pass it to Blaze, who does he have as options to play it up to?
Landon or me?
Yeah, pretty much you, because Landon's on the other side of the field. He can't make that cross pass, so it's you. If you pass it to Felix, what options does Felix have?
Blaze or Oliver.
No, it's Blaze or you. So if you pass it to Blaze, he only has you. But if you pass it to Felix, he has Blaze and you. It's twice as many options. So Blaze shouldn't be standing here. He should be off to the side. So I don't know if you were trying to pass to him or what, but he wasn't in position. Felix probably has to move here. So he does a low percentage kick. He didn't kick it high enough, and then Jose gets it. This is where we moved Oliver back to defense. Felix is officially midfield. I thought that was a better play because Felix generally makes better decisions.
That was perfect.
That was really good. That was what we want. Now there's a couple things I thought could be done better. So let's watch it again and tell me if you see them. Oh, he's offside. That's why. That's why it looks so perfect. Yeah, he was offside. But one, Landon's got to stay on side. You know, when you're like a forward like that, that's your job. You have to be making sure you don't go offside. So the first mistake I thought is Felix didn't press up. Watch, as soon as he gets the ball, see how slow he takes it? And because he takes it so slow, Lincoln comes all the way across to trap him there. So what's Felix's job when he gets the ball in this situation?
To pass it to Blaze.
Well, no. He's got it. Before he can pass it to Blaze, what's he got to do first?
Make the defender commit.
You got to make Jose commit. But by going super slow, he makes the far side defender come over. Now, Blaze is still kind of being guarded. You're being guarded. You know, everyone's being guarded. Now, he does good to dribble around Lincoln there. But in the tournament, if he's facing a defender that, like a person that's a little better at poking the ball away, they poke it away. Then they've got kind of a fast break against Beans Oliver. Now, Beans isn't really on your team in the tournament, but that's kind of a risk that's not good, all because he was slow bringing it up. So when he comes up, he's got to come at Jose. Not super fast, but enough where Jose's in his mind says, ooh, I have to guard him. So that was his first mistake there. He engaged the wrong defender, and it's fine if he gets Lincoln to commit, but Landon's got to stay back. You know, if Landon's guy is the guy that comes over, Landon's got to stay back. See where I'm standing in my gray shirt, my gray jacket? So Landon's probably got to be about 10 feet in front of me so Felix can dump it off to him. But he runs upfield, and it's kind of fine. So now here, Felix has a better option than what he does. What's a better option?
In front of, like, Blaze.
Yeah, he's got to do a through ball to Blaze. And it kind of looks like maybe he was trying to do that, and then you run up and intercept it. But that through ball, because Jose can't see where Blaze is. And if he puts enough speed on the ball, enough distance, Blaze gets to run onto it comfortably. He just takes too long and it's a little soft, and you come up and steal it. And that's fine. I really like the back pass because, again, when you pass it back to somebody, they're already looking at the field. Your back is to the field. You don't know what's behind you. By you passing it back to Felix, he already has a good idea of what's going on up there. And he dribbles by this. He gets it back to you. And then you play it up to Landon, who was a bit offside. All right, where are we at? Oh, the next one's coming quick. All right, so Felix makes the steal. I don't know why I marked this. It's probably just the Felix steal, and I think he made a poor choice here. Yeah, basically, you guys have a 4-on-2. Where are their two defenders? What side of the field?
The left side of the field.
Well, I mean, that's all perspective. Near side. They're near the camera. Both Kale and Ty are near side. He has to flip this over your head to Blaze, right? Landon is not the guy because Landon's being covered by two. So he had a choice between super wide open Blaze, kind of wide open Dempsey, or double teamed Landon, and he gives it to Landon. All right, it's another goal build out. Now, I don't... Well... All right.
Way too far in front.
So, what went good on that play?
The goalie played it short.
The goal played it short. I don't necessarily like Blaze back there doing it. I figure you should do that to defenders so Blaze can be up. But Blaze did a good job of giving it to Felix. And I think he gave it to him on... No, he gave it to him on the ground. And Blaze moves, right? So even though Blaze right now is equal with Jose, Blaze is moving faster. So as long as Felix just puts it on the ground, rolls in the ground, you know, kind of that side foot pass, Blaze runs onto it. Oliver's just kind of in the way here. He needs to be at a different... Yeah, he kind of jumps down. And so he put it too far, and the other team got it. All right, let's see here. Okay, we couldn't really see what happened there. I don't know why I marked this. Let's see. So you do a good job coming to the ball. You did a good decision giving it to Landon. What mistake did Landon make?
Not sure.
Here, watch it again. It's the opposite of what you did well.
I don't know.
Well, look where he is. Let's look where he is when you pass it. So, right, you're about to kick it. Look where he is. And where is he when the ball kind of gets to him? He ran away from the ball. You got to come to the ball, right? So as soon as it bounced off Blaze, you see how you attack the ball? He's got to attack the ball to you. See how fast Khalil closes? Khalil's stealing that ball. There's no way he's going to get it because he's just letting it roll to him. Like, oh, it's going to get here. It's going to get here. No, you got to go to the ball. And we've got one more that I've got marked. 35, 44. All right. That was just sloppy, right? You guys made the right decisions here, but you guys, your positioning was bad. So truthfully, I'll take that back. I don't think you made the right decision here, because Felix gets it to you, which is good. You control it, and Felix does move, which is kind of good. But at this point, what purpose does passing to Felix serve?
No purpose.
Yeah, he's 2 feet away from you. You have to do a pass, he has to receive it, and he has to control it. So you have to have 3 things go right for this to work. He's already in the same spot as you. He's a worse player. He's got a worse kick, worse dribbling, worse passing, sort of. Really, the play is to try to get it over to Blaze. That would have been better. Or look how lined up you are. You're in the middle. Just get that shot up, you know? Or take 1 touch. Now, Colton's here, so you have like 1 millisecond. So you're not doing big touches here. Little touches, little touches. By giving it to Felix, him not being able to control it, and then Colton clears it. All right, that's it. Hopefully this recorded well.